Okay, so before I went to bed last night, I did start watching one of Punjaji's lectures, the Pranadharma Practicum, and it is clear that while I've been doing the practice, I have been doing the accurate components, but in some of my description of some of the aspects, Punjaji describes things in a little different way that provides a different perspective. So I didn't finish watching that, so I'm not actually going to comment at this time on my revisions because I'm still making them. Refinements. Refinements. So I'll probably get to do more of that later tonight. Something I did forget to mention in the previous entry on, Sunday at work. My manager officially asked me to do a talk for the whole staff on positivity, on how I facilitate connection with guests. Because I told him previously, it's about a lifestyle. It's not just what you do at work. It's something you have to embody. It's the way you treat yourself. It's the way you treat others everywhere you go. So it becomes a way of being, not an act, because people can tell when you're acting or when you're being genuine. So that's actually going to start after we come back from Taos, New Mexico in August, because I know I'm going to need work when I come back, and I established with them that they have a place for me, and now they have a greater capacity in which they want to utilize what I have to offer. So that's really awesome. That's something that'll probably happen once a month, at least. We'll try the first one, and they start feeling hungry for more, maybe we'll do 2 a month. We'll see. It feels like an opportunity that is going to open up for other greater teaching opportunities, maybe for even more of the Fox restaurants. We'll see. Exciting opportunity. Let's see. Still a little congested on the left. I had a hard time getting the heat to the point that would clear up today. But Pranadharma still went very well. And I talk about the heat just because it's a significant component. Actually, I'm going to grab one little piece of material for reference. And this is a quote from Punjaji, and it's about fire. And this is from a while ago. It's before he started teaching Pranadharma in mass capacity. He was teaching it on select basis, but this came from a selection of a talk that I wasn't present for, but it was at not this year's Kumbh Mela, but one of the previous Kumbh Melas in India. He was giving a satsang. And so this quote itself just provides a lot of perspective for what I'm coming to understand about how our intention works in the world, how Pranadharma facilitates that. That's something I'll continue to talk about, but I just wanted to share it at this point. Fire is the totality of existence. Life begins from fire. Life maintains its existence in fire. It moves to, goes to, and through fire, and ultimately, life merges into fire. The purpose of life is to know the fire, and that means inner strength, light, enthusiasm, indomitable will. And he has kind of a call to action here. Poor humans, wake up, get up, gather that fire that resides in you and ignite that fire, above which everything else will come to life. So it's really that last part that gets to it. Gathering and igniting that fire that resides in you. That's what happens with Agnisara, Ganesh Mudra. I mean, through those, that's the tapas of practice. But it's through your intention that you collect that heat, that light. And through the asanas, the bandhas, strengthening the pelvic bowl to hold this fire. And so, and he says, above that, everything else will come to life. So, above this fire is heart, throat, third eye, crown. And with Pranadharana, we're collecting that prana. We're igniting it in our third eye with intention. And then we're depositing it into that fire to be digested and assimilated. And when you let that just happen, heat radiates, it emanates. And then through it, heat then rises. It gets digested, assimilated, and re-assimilated throughout your energetic body. And that is much larger than this physical body. So that intention becomes an emanating part of the larger space around you. This is my server book. I carry that with me all the time. I don't usually see colors or see a lot of things, but I've described that a few times when it's come up. And today, particularly in the first round of Pranadharana, it was very clear. It was almost like looking through a camera, and it was vignetted, like looking through a porthole of a ship. It was just blue, this radiant, luminous aqua blue, a sphere, and it was just this field of my third eye. Usually I feel things, I don't always see them, but it was a beautiful presence to just sit with. And then deposit it down in the fire. And set the intention for it to emanate through me. And now I have reached that point where I definitely need to assemble a breakfast and change so I can go to work and touch lives to the best of my ability. See you tomorrow. Namaste.